I am Batman. Average Sniper.
What's up, guys? Average Sniper here. And if you're like me, you've been getting a little irritated with all the bugs in PUBG on Xbox. So today I found something really interesting, and it's PUBG Mobile. Now I know what you're thinking. You know, you have to have a tablet or a phone to play it, but that's not true. Tencent, the company that makes PUBG Mobile, just recently released an app you can download for your PC to play PUBG Mobile on PC. Now, I know right off the bat you're thinking, well, if you're going to play it on PC, why don't you just get the actual PC version? Well, PUBG is really intense, and some of us don't have $1,000 to $2,000 to spend on a really expensive gaming rig. Now, what I'm holding right here is a 10-year-old laptop. It was made before the i3, i5, and i7 series were even out. It's got 4 gigabytes of memory, and the only requirement is that you have 3 gigabytes of memory. I was able to play PUBG Mobile on this laptop that's 10 years old, that doesn't even have a good graphics card, and I was able to get a win on it. It was insane, and I was able to run it between 40 and 50 frames per second. That is crazy. There were no bugs, there were no issues, nothing like Xbox. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put a link in the description to show you guys where to download this, and then you can feel free to watch the rest of the video to see some PUBG Mobile gameplay on PC and see my thoughts on it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so this was one of my first games. This was actually my third game of PUBG Mobile, and I had a pretty good experience on it. There were some settings that I tweaked. I tweaked the sensitivity down a little bit for my mouse. Everybody's mouse is different, so my sensitivity settings won't necessarily be exactly the same even if I give them to you. But I'm just going to give you some thoughts and, just my general experience. So the first thing I notice is that the graphics are seriously dulled down, even when you have them on ultra settings, but that makes sense because this is a mobile game. Now, as you know, if you watch the beginning intro, this game is now available on PC, not the PC version, but the mobile version. So they took the PC version, they ported it over to mobile, and they said, hey, maybe some people want to play the mobile version on their PC, so let's make an emulator for that. Now, right off the bat, I'll let you know when you go to find a match, it tells you that an emulator is detected, and it's only going to match you with other people that are using emulators. That way, you're not going against people that are using actual mobile devices and getting a huge advantage over them because you're using a keyboard and mouse. So you should only be going up against other people that are using keyboard and mouse with this emulator. Now this emulator is not third party. This is official release from Tencent, who is the company that created and maintains PUBG Mobile. Now right here my mouse wasn't working right, so I pulled the menu up and got out, and I barely killed that guy. He almost had me. Look at that health. That was insane. But after this I kind of started getting the hang of it and figuring it out. Now I noticed that there's no soft aim, which means there's only hip fire and there's only aim down sights. I did not see an option for soft aim, but the hip fire is incredibly accurate. You can laser beam people from so far away. I hardly ever had to scope in. Everything else pretty much seems very similar, if not the same. Like, see this right here? Don't even have to scope in. If that were the PC or the Xbox version, it probably would have took all 40 bullets to kill him or seriously injure him. But on the mobile version, even when you're emulating it on a PC, it seems that aiming down sights is something you don't have to do unless your target is long range. Now there's another guy, I didn't see him until right there. Here's another example of how accurate the hipfire aim is. Now one thing I don't like about the emulator is that it has an aim assist option turned on by default, which pretty much locks you onto the target, and that sucks when you're using a keyboard and mouse. It just makes it too easy. So the first thing I did is I turned that aim assist option off and just went at it normal. Now I think that option should probably stay on if you're actually playing this on a mobile device, because look at that. See, the hipfire is amazing. The aim assist option should probably stay on if you're using this on a mobile device, because when you're not using a keyboard, mouse, or controller to play this game, I can see how it could be very difficult to be accurate on a moving target. If the guy's standing still, I don't think it matters, but if you're shooting a moving target, which most of the time people will be moving, definitely need that aim assist option. Definitely not with the keyboard and mouse, though. Just getting some crazy kills here. This is pretty awesome. Now I want to talk to you guys about the bots. Immediately when I'm playing this game, I noticed that there are bots in this game, which is a big turnoff for a lot of people. But the majority of enemies I went against were not bots, and you can tell by the way they react and what type of loot they have. Sometimes it's hard to tell by the names because they seem to be randomly generated. So I didn't have much success identifying the bots by the names, but like you can see the way this guy's fighting right here, moving back and forth. He has high level gear. The bots will never have like high level gear as far as I know, and they will not really be very smart when they're fighting you. They won't hide, they won't take cover. Most likely when you start shooting at them, they'll just stop and stand still and look around, or they'll just kind of go see that guy? See that? I'm pretty sure that was a bot. Because the level 1 gear and how they just stood there and were shooting, it's either a bot or somebody that's actually using a mobile device. It does say that when you start a match with this, that it only is going to pair you up against other people using the emulators, but I have seen some people doing some pretty noob stuff, and I don't know if that's because they're actually noobs, or maybe they're actually using an iPad tablet, or maybe they're using a phone to play the game. So I'm not sure how legit that message is from the emulator that says you're only going to be matched up against other players that are using the emulator, because I would not want to be playing keyboard and mouse against people that are using a tablet or a phone. Same way I wouldn't want to use keyboard and mouse on my Xbox against players that are using a controller. I just don't think that's fair. I classify it as cheating in my book. I've done it in the past to learn keyboard and mouse, and I saw what an advantage I had over people, and I was like, wow, that is really not fair. So I have never done that in PUBG on console. So, and I wouldn't even be playing the mobile version on PC if I had a decent tablet or phone. My phone is very old, and I don't even have a tablet. I have this nice gaming PC and streaming PC. But when I saw that they made an official app, this is official, an official app, so you can play PUBG Mobile on your PC, I thought, I have to try this. If it was unofficial and I knew I was going to be using keyboard and mouse against players on mobile devices, I wouldn't even think about it. But this is really fun. It is really fun. It's a totally different PUBG experience, and honestly, for a player like me who has 2,000 hours in PUBG between PC and Xbox version, it is getting a little bit stale. I know you guys that are subscribed have seen me playing a lot of other games like Ring of Elysium and H1Z1, because after 2,000 hours in any game, it can start to get a little old if there's not new content. But this feels like a brand new PUBG to me, and honestly, it's a lot more casual feeling. You don't have the pro feeling about like playing against all pro players. Another thing I noticed is that my ping is 3 times as good as it is when I play PUBG on PC. When I play PUBG on PC, I have really bad ping, and it makes for a very bad experience. The closest PUBG server to me gives me 70 to 80 ping. And in a game like this, where every millisecond counts, you want to have 30 or less. 30 being pretty normal, and less than 30 being amazing. And if you can see the top of the screen very small, it says that my ping's going between 24 and 28 milliseconds, which is awesome. This is my first PUBG experience I've had where I actually have really good ping. I have a good internet connection, it's just that where I live isn't very close to the PUBG servers. And I'm sure a lot of players have that same issue. Have you guys ever run into bundled damage, where you have all level 3 gear, and it feels like you get one shot by a submachine gun, a Vector, or a UMP, and then you look back at it and it's like, wow, I really did get one shot. It's like it happened all at once. That's called bundled damage, and that can happen when you have bad latency, because the other player is getting the shots on you and they all register at once on your screen instead of registering one at a time. So having a really good ping is important, and that's another reason I enjoyed playing PUBG Mobile. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll put a link in the description to where you can download it, and have fun. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Later.